AFTV Mo, good to see you, mate.
Yeah,
Listen,
you too,
what did you make of it today? Is it your first home game this season?
Yeah, I've had to miss the first 2 games of the season, so glad to be back. And look, maybe I'm a lucky charm, right? 1 game, 1 victory. So you know.
It was. You know what? The funny thing is, I thought the performances in the 2 games in which we lost were probably better than the performance today. But we've won. Obviously, we're not playing as good a team, but we got the job done. It's all about them 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I agree with that. I think against Man City, I wouldn't say it was a good performance, and also against Chelsea for large parts of the game, I don't think it was very good either. But yeah, I agree that today wasn't good. You know, we certainly weren't fluent up front, and what really concerned me is just that we really had a lack of defensive control in the game. You can't really point to loads and loads of individual errors. You know, the defenders were getting their blocks in and, you know, winning challenges, but it was just overall a defensive frailty and just a lack of control. But then you remind yourself that, look, you know, we've been suffering from that for many, many years now. It's not going to change overnight, you know. Yeah, fair enough, we've got a new manager, but it's not just going to happen all of a sudden. It will be a real work in progress. It will be a case of changing old habits and really drilling things into them and making them work well together, you know, rather than just individually doing their own jobs. Today I felt like individually they kind of did their own jobs, but it's just that working together piece. They didn't have that defensive control. That will come, and we've just got to give the manager time to do that.
It was worrying the way the counter-attack, which we saw a lot of last season, that teams just counter us and they're in.
Yeah.
They're straight in. That's what worries me. You know what I mean? I don't like that. You know what I mean? That,
and it happened
you know, we give the ball away up high up the pitch, and next minute, you know, they're in our box.
Yeah.
I mean,
it happened a lot of times today as well. There were times, I can't remember which player it was an number 8. He got the ball, he picked it up and ran.
Felipe Anderson.
That's the one, yeah. Felipe Anderson did it. He ran unchallenged for what? 70 yards, 80 yards, put it on the plate for Perez, who flashed it across goal. Luckily no one's on the end of it. When you look back at that game, West Ham are going to look at it and look at the chances they had and think, how do we only get 1 goal from it? And really what changed the game for me was 2 things. The massive stroke of luck that we got with the own goal, and also Arnautovic getting injured. Because I think when he was on the pitch, West Ham were much, much better. But, you know, Emery got a big stroke of luck today. And in addition to that, to be fair to him, I think the substitutions that he made were really proactive, and actually they kind of wrestled control of the game for us a little bit. I feel like if he had, I don't want to criticise Arsene Wenger, but if it was more of the Arsene Wenger approach today, you know, waiting until 70 minutes, we would have kind of been piling on that need to win the game right at the death. And, you know, there's less time to go and win the game. So I think it worked out for us. And after we got that own goal, then it was a bit easier for us, even though they still managed to trouble us at times.
And what did you make of these Ozil rumours that, you know, the rumours are that, you know, there's a big bust up and he was left out of the squad?
How much attention do you think we should be paying to rumours? In your opinion?
I'm just, listen, we probably shouldn't be, but it's out there.
I'll give you 2
examples.
everywhere. I'll give you 2 examples. I heard a rumour, Arsenal Fan TV had to change its name because Arsenal made them.
Yeah,
nonsense.
And lots of people have questioned us about it.
Yeah, but it's nonsense.
Of course it's nonsense, but a lot of people have questioned it.
I heard a rumour that an Arsenal fan had to run down Tottenham High Roads and hide in Greggs.
That's true.
So
no. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's rumours all the time. So there's a lot of Arsenal fans that
but
love...
It is, but
let me say this. Look, there's a lot of Arsenal fans that love to pick up these rumours and love to run with them because it's a talking point. If you're a supporter of your club, you don't listen to these rumours until they're confirmed.
It's though more a coincidence that these rumours come out yesterday and he's not in the squad.
Yeah, for sure, it's a coincidence. But what am I going to do? Kind of be cynical all the time and try and beat Arsenal with that stick all the time?
No, it's not a matter. I don't think it's a matter of beat, but it is interesting because it shows that the manager's no nonsense. Is what I'm trying to.
It's not interesting to me. If they're telling us Ozil was ill, whether that's true or not, why have I got any reason to doubt that? Do you know what I mean? Unless I've got a source, unless I've got some information otherwise, why do I want to go and create fractions within my club and start adding to these rumours? No, that's not what supporters do. I might have my scepticism about it, but I'm not going to start fueling this fire. So if they're saying Ozil is ill, then that's it. I'm going to take it at face value because I don't want to beat my club up with this sort of stuff. So I hope that's all it is. I hope there's not a bust up. But I think one thing we've got to realise, at any club, at any football game, all across the country, at any level, players will have arguments with managers and each other and all of that sort of stuff. And you come off the pitch like men, you shake hands and you say, do you know what, it's over. And that is just, it happens. Whether that's at training or, during a game. So these things aren't terminal. I heard at the end of last season someone was saying Ozil had an argument with someone, and you watch, he won't be at the club next year. Watch, he won't be at the club next year. What happens? Ozil's at the club next year. So listen, I don't want to like fuel fire to all that sort of stuff. Support is support, and that's what I'm going to do. The final thing I want to say as well, Bellerin, man, that guy takes so much stick. To me, he was brilliant today. He changed the game today and he won us the game. He got 2 assists, and when you look at the other players that he's playing with, they don't even have to look up. There were so many occasions where they get the ball in the middle of the park and they don't even look. They pass it to that right wing because they know that Bellerin is going to be doing his job there. He's so reliable, so dependent in taking kind of pressure off his team by being an outlet on that right wing, that of course it's going to be difficult for him to maintain that defensive side as well. But as I've said before, Emery's a new manager. Hopefully he'll be able to coach him into being a bit more robust defensively as well. But if you look at his contributions going forward today, he won us the game. And he takes so much stick on social media. He takes so much stick on Arsenal Fan TV, maybe because he's given Arsenal Fan TV stick. But I think it's unfair. Do you know what I mean? And I think sometimes we've got to be a little bit objective. At half-time, when it was, in the balance, the game, he was getting pelters on social media. And I knew that he was going to be scapegoated.
He did have a bad first half.
Listen, man, why are we giving him so much stick halfway through the game? It's a 90-minute game. Do you know what I mean? Let's wait and see. And even then,
turned it around, like
exactly,
you said.
And even then, he got the first assist as well. So he had a very, very telling impact today. I thought he was brilliant for me. So I think he gets far too much stick, and I think we need to cut him a bit of slack. And hopefully, him, along with the whole of the defence, will get a lot better and be coached a lot better in terms of how to work and defend with each other and have more defensive control on games. Because today, again, it was a bit of a coin toss at times.